This is an A1 Mini 3D printer. And this is Devon from Make Anything. He recently did a video on these things called auxetic tiles, I think. And he was experimenting with placing these little tiles onto the things and then spinning them to make cool patterns, like this one here. And he thought to himself, I could make a competition out of this. So if you were paying attention to the title, the prize was going to be a 3D printer. Now, I already have an X1 Carbon, but who doesn't want another 3D printer on top of that? So, let's get into the plan. The game plan. Or, I like to call it the PPP plan. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is the PPP plan? Now, I'm going to tell you, it's 4 principles that's going to make me win. Prepare, print, product, and prize. First up, prepare. Now, I actually forgot to hit record on my time-lapse thing. So, my time-lapse didn't work, so I don't actually have any footage for this part. Next up is print. The first one of these actually came out quite good, and I was pretty happy with it. But the second one, this little bit came off, which made me very devastated, as you could tell by my reaction. No. Oh my goodness. Now, usually I just print another one, but I was going on holiday the next day, so I didn't really have any time. So I just had to go with what I had. Okay, so I finally got it to work. Now it twists. It is a little tougher than the other one, but it does twist both ways. So if I just flip it over like this, you won't see that part. Next up were the little tiles, and these came out just fine. Next up was actually assembling it. I was pretty happy with my first design. I thought it looked quite good, and I especially liked this iteration of it. And yeah. And then I thought to myself, what if I flipped all the pieces? So that was the inspiration for my second design. Right, let's put these tiles on. The last one. Done. I also liked this design a fair bit as well, and I thought it looked good both ways, and I was finding it very hard to choose what design that I'd actually want to submit. So I ended up submitting both designs. But not even 10 hours later, someone had already copied one of my designs. This normally wouldn't be a problem, but they had more likes than mine, and I was also on holiday. So I had to make do with the pieces I had, and I just had to come up with a design and submit it. And that's where I left it. This was the part the whole video had come down to. Everything I'd done so far had, right up to this point, had just been for this moment. Was I gonna win the printer or not? First off, these were the ones that had the most amount of likes. Now I forgot to mention, but the most liked one got a $200 gift card and the second most liked got $100. Now for the printer, here were some of my favorites that I wanted to win. Now, I was rooting for these guys. I thought these designs looked amazing. I didn't end up winning the competition, and I kind of expected that because my design wasn't the most sophisticated. Anyway, this guy ended up winning. Anyway, here's what Devin had to say about my stuff, because he made a video on reviewing all of them.
Here we've got some by LayerLegacy, and it looks like they created a set, so kind of a brighter version and a slightly dimmer version. The top one almost seems to glow in comparison to the lower side. And yeah, we've got some arrows that turn into these ton of arrows. It's very simple again, but I like the color choice, a very natural, interesting selection there. Here's another one by LayerLegacy. Again, it's incredibly clean with the printing here. You gotta love that with the multi-pass technique. You get to work with the first layer of your print, so as long as you've got a nice level print and your print settings are good, you can get some really clean multicolor graphics. Here we've got checkers and diamonds that are turning into more triangle-like shapes. Pretty cool. Moving on.
Overall, my feedback was pretty good. I didn't really expect to win because my pattern wasn't very sophisticated. It was pretty simple. But anyway, I had a lot of fun. Now before you click off, please subscribe. I only have 4 subscribers at the moment, and who knows, I could blow up. You could say you're one of the first 10, 100, or even 1,000 subscribers, which is a pretty big flex. You know, I make the best quality videos you've ever seen on YouTube with the most consistent upload schedule and really frequent. So you should subscribe.